I am Wicked Nick Wegner. These are 3 things I feel every MMA viewer and or fan should know about the judging in this sport. I just want to make a huge disclaimer right at the start that I have never judged an MMA round in any official capacity, and in fact I'm literally at the very start of the path in this field. But there's a few things I just learned that I'm surprised I didn't actually know, and also a few things that I'm surprised more people don't know. I won't be talking about the 10-point must system at all in this video. I've kind of covered it on a few other videos, and that's a huge topic for another video, and it's a lot of nuance to that stuff. And speaking of nuance, this is not a nuanced video at all. It is just a very blanket boom, boom, boom of things that, again, I think people should know. Number 1, replays, statistics, commentary. This is one I've known about for quite some time. This is one that I'm surprised more people don't know. Replays, statistics, commentary. The judges do not see replays. So, there's a strike that looks like it landed, but it didn't. And, in the replay, it shows that. There's a strike that you thought barely landed, but it actually did a lot of damage. The judges do not see those replays. Statistics, what counts as a takedown, if that counted as a takedown. Was it a knockdown? How many strikes they landed, how many strikes they've thrown. Stuff like that, they don't see any of those statistics either. And then for worse, or sometimes better, the judges do not hear the commentary. So when you're watching these products and you see the replays, the statistics, and the commentary, the judges do not see that stuff. They don't hear the commentators' input. They do not, know what the commentators are saying. They are just watching what they see, and they're supposed to be doing off of their opinion alone, off of just what they see. That's a very simple one. Now we have number 2, damage. Now I understand the rules, right? When you are judging, you judge effective striking and grappling. That's plan A when you're judging. What does that mean? Effective striking and grappling that leads to damage. Plan B, who's trying to finish the fight. Plan C, who has more control of the octagon. Plan B and C are if A is equal. Basically what I'm saying is, yes, we all know that they're judging damage, right? But it's very rare that they're judging more than that. And again, there's a lot more nuance to what it means to do damage, what it looks like when damage is being dealt, and judging damage. But I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about that's what they're scoring, according to the rules. When you read them, it says plan A, B, and C. Really, plan A, you only go to plan B when it's equal, which it's never really equal. That's what they're judging. It's not equal. Who did a little bit more? Damage. And third, this one surprised me the most, and it's something I don't know how I didn't think about this before or never realized it. The triangle. They are sitting in different spots. They are seeing different things, different angles. Yes, some bigger shows might have small monitors that they can look at. Smaller shows might all have them at the same table. But for the most part, when they're watching it, they're seeing it from a different angle. And they got to look through the cage or the ropes in person, sitting at different spots. And remember, with no stats or replays that they're looking at. That's why it's interesting to think about when it comes to judges' scorecards and why they might score a fight differently. If someone is laying down with the ground and pound situation, there's 2 judges here, they might be able to see it, but the judge on the far end, they can't really see anything. So if there's somebody who's winning by throwing, let's say, elbows from the back, the other judge might just see the other guys on top. Maybe they're at a parallel angle where these 2 judges, they can see the 2 fighters, what's landing, what's not. The other judge, they can't really see too well in these big moments. That is, again, like I said, that's honestly the most important thing that I think people should realize. I don't know how I never thought about it, but yes, every judge in most organizations will be sitting in that triangle. And that's that. This is not a video of me talking about, things I would change or problems that would arise from the situations. I just think those are 3 interesting takes, and when you're watching it, I think it's just good to know. And judging, judges are people, they're human. So everyone has their interpretations, their opinions, and their perspectives on the rules and how they're supposed to be doing their job. And at the end of the day, I just hope this video was informative. That's really all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.